broadcast network, Afterbuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. Afterbuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, AfterBuzz fans. Thank you for tuning in to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia After Show. This is Season 10, Episode 2, The Gang Group Dates. I'm your host, Danica Kennedy, and joining me tonight is...
Marilou Mandl.
Joe Doyle.
Yay, back in the studio. Excited to be on with you, Marilou.
Excited to be here.
Joining our gang
Yes.
here at AfterBuzz. The gang recaps the gang.
Oh my
right
gosh,
here.
can I be our Charlie?
Ooh,
we're gonna have to fight. Oh, I mean,
is
it possible to have two wild cards?
You could be Charlie and Country Charlie.
Okay.
Because there's a Charlie and a Mac and a Country Mac.
That works. I mean, switch it up that way.
Yeah, right.
So the gang group dates, all of the guys, they have, shout out to the booth right now. What's up, Josh? How's it going?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Totally.
But it's okay. Hi. We love Josh.
He's the man.
He's helping us out behind the scenes.
What's up,
here
guys?
at
Love the
AfterBuzz.
gang.
Yeah.
Big fan of the gang as well. Well, the guys, they have, and everyone at the bar, they have this big dating experiment going on, if you will, the gang group dates. And they kind of team up. You know, Frank is with Mac and Charlie, and their method was pretty ridiculous, as expected. I mean, Frank was the whistleblower, so they would go and try to talk to girls, and then if anything went wrong, he'd blow the whistle. And it was absolutely ridiculous.
Well, his instincts were right. You know, he's like, oh, you're talking about too many cats. Blew the whistle. He blew the whistle for a lot, and then they got pretty far.
Except for the first thing that he did is he screwed up his name and called himself Frack, and then blew the whistle on himself.
But they're like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Get out of there.
It's wrong. Gotta get out of there. Abort mission.
Oh my gosh, would you guys ever bring a whistle out on a date? If you help out a friend?
I wish I had a whistle for myself. I've said some ridiculous things and then be like, oh, I should not have said that at all.
I think it would just worry me or worry other people because, you know, rape whistles, it's supposed to be when someone's in trouble. Like, oh, call the cops, someone's in trouble. Not like, oh, this isn't going well, abort the conversation.
Yeah, I feel like the date would end pretty quick if someone was blowing and people thought you were blowing a rape whistle. Like, whoa, we just got
get out of here.
Yeah.
No one wants that going on.
No, but I wish I had I wish I had a whistle.
You wish you had a rape whistle?
Sometimes I do. I walk through tough
Are
neighborhoods.
you having a really hard time right now?
You know, it's just hitting close. No, this is horrible.
No, it's not.
No, it's not at all. It's not at all. So back to the gang. Back to the gang group dating. It just got real.
Oh, gotta talk about real issues.
We're talking about dating, so, you know, it's supposed to get uncomfortable
That's
with
true.
this kind of conversation.
That's true. I just can't believe that the gang was. I mean, like, just those three guys kept on saying the most ridiculous things, but then started to get it going and really started to find a rhythm until it was time to bang them. When Frank deemed that it was time to bang them all, and then it went south in a hurry. Like, you know, Frank's cock ring fell off like mid conversation.
Oh my gosh!
All the time, and the sound effect, like when you hear it hit the ground, tink, just hilarious.
Who has a? I mean, I'm not that I've like ever used a cock ring before, but like I thought they were not brass. It sounded like a brass ring just like falling down on the ground.
It sounded like they were dropping a horseshoe. It's like, whoa there, Frank.
Yeah,
for a small guy. Got a lot going on down there.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was amazing that in the bar they had so many people to talk to, but then it's dwindled down because like nobody was tending bar.
No.
That always happens in this show where they'll get this big crowd, you know, like they had the big gay bar scene for an episode or two, and then they just ruin it because they don't actually work at the bar. They just get drunk and try to sleep with people, and then they're back to having no customers.
Yeah.
It just cycles. But so like what happens when they get a bunch of customers? They had to do something.
Yeah, they had to do something right. But then right when they do something right, then they always start like overthinking it and then trying a new, you know, scheme and a new plan when You don't need a new plan. Just stick with the current plan.
They've always have a new plan in action each episode, and it always just ends with them like not really resolving it.
Yeah, well, I really loved when they were like, when people were like, can I get a drink? And they're like, oh, ask the other one, and everyone had a name. They're like the troll or the bird lady or the one that eats trash.
Yeah, and
So
the
sad.
gay guy. was
Yeah,
back
I think
there,
was
yeah.
Dennis
The rat
the only one that
murderer.
didn't get one?
Yeah, I don't think he got one.
Yeah.
Unless he was the creepy guy. Did they say creepy guy?
Did they say
He was
creepy guy? I
Extra,
don't know.
he was extra creepy.
He was
this
super
episode.
creepy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we can dive into that topic next. I mean, Dennis has his own Dennis system from the start, which we know very well. We actually read it on last week's episode because we have the lovely book that they came out with. But, you know, he dwindles off and does his own thing where he's trying to take the 3 girls from the triple date they went on at first with the other guys. He's just trying to take all the girls to himself, which is classic Dennis.
Classic every man, I feel like.
Classic any man.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm going to call you out, Joe. Joe was on a dating show, so you may have
hear about
more
it.
knowledge than us.
I was on
You're
a dating
mad at
show.
me, probably.
No, I mean it's gonna. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna come out eventually. But yeah, I was on a VH1 show called The Pickup Artist, where we actually learned a system of how to pick up women.
All right, what's the system?
Well, there was a lot. One of them was demonstrate value, which happens to also be the D in the Dennis system, is the demonstrate value, and it's actually pretty close to the Dennis system.
I feel like the show was the Dennis system on
but
VH1.
just not as shady, and some of like the like the S's or the E's, like his system. The N's are really really bad, like neglect emotionally.
Hold on, let's look at it. Let's recap.
I mean, there is a thing. Page 4.
Oh, page 4. We got it
Yes.
bookmarked here. Okay, so the Dennis system. D, demonstrate value.
Which we do. You always have to demonstrate value and raise your value to equal or slightly higher than the woman that you're engaging.
All right, let's have an example. How does this happen?
Well, to demonstrate value, I would talk about there's 5 key things that all women find attractive in men. So it's the ability to emote, the leader of men, a successful risk taker, pre-selected by other women, and then did I say ability to express his emotions, the willingness to express his emotions? So there's all those things.
So there's a bunch of things. Okay, so different things you can do to demonstrate value. E is engage physically.
You always want to do that.
So that's where like these things come in.
Gotta touch hands or brush shoulders.
Well, and there's a thing that you can do subconsciously, even if you're dating. Like, say, if we're hanging out and then I make you laugh and I just kind of touch your elbow, and then I keep touching your elbow. It's called neuro-linguistic programming. So I'll subconsciously make you think every time I touch your elbow, your body will subconsciously feel that same kind of laughter response.
So tricky.
I know, it's shady.
Okay.
Just like the
Dating
Dennis
advice
system.
from a true pickup artist
Okay.
right
Did you
say
here.
prick?
Pickup artist.
Dating advice from
pickup artist.
prick, Yeah.
Pickup artist.
Okay, the N is nurture dependence. Was that in your
Well,
your
I
stuff?
mean, a little bit. You want to, like, there's a thing called, it has to kind of also do with neglect emotionally, where you want to give a false disqualifier. So, like, oh man, you're so funny, you remind me of my sister. Then you're like, whoa, if I'm liking this guy, why is he saying that I'm his sister? That means he doesn't want to hook up with me.
So scandalous.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the second N is neglect emotionally?
So, I mean, here's the thing. Let's say I'm trying to pick you up. Mm-hmm. I'm really going to ignore you and talk to your friend over here for the most part.
Play hard to get.
Yeah, and then we'll laugh and we'll have a
Classic.
fun time, and I might kind of like say something to you. But anyways, what were you saying? You interrupted your friend. I wanted to hear what she had to say. She'd be like, wait a second.
What?
So yeah, so that kind of like neglects you emotionally. So you want to gain. This sounds so shady, but it's true. That's what.
All
happens.
right. Okay, so then the I is inspire hope.
Well, I mean, that's when I might actually like flirt with you just a little bit, but then go back to her and you're like, wait, did he just flirt with me? No, wait. Now he's not flirting with me anymore. I need to start chasing after him, because that's the ultimate thing. Because when I'm, like, let's say I'm trying to pick you up, then I'm gonna chase you, and that's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
But if I flip the script and you want to chase me, game on.
Oh man. Okay, and then S is separate entirely.
Well, that's. I mean,
Well, that's like if you're on the pickup artist, it's not the objective to lose the girl. That was like just trying to get with the girl. Dennis's system is just one night stand.
Yeah, just to bang them
kind
and
of
then
thing,
like
and
feed
just
his
get rid of
narcissism.
them.
Yeah, well, I would
Of
think pickup
course.
artists, that's what they're supposed to trying to do also, right? They're not like looking for their wife.
I am.
Were you on the show?
On the show, I was just trying to get a date. I was just trying to actually, I was
Get
going
some
from,
game.
yeah,
Get
a
out
little
there.
bit of game, yeah, and just I wasn't trying to bang whores, as Frank might say.
I don't know. I think my lesson in this is I'm never gonna trust anyone who touches my elbow.
Hey,
Oh.
Stop it.
Oh, whoa.
Not okay.
Whoa.
I don't trust it. I don't
No,
trust
shoulder.
it.
I'll touch your shoulder. You're my grass.
Joe's making his move.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Hey, I just sat here. You're the one that sat so close next to me.
Oh, they made us move close to each other. It's okay.
You gotta fit in the camera
neg
frame,
me.
guys.
Hey, let me count your shoulders. 1, 2. Okay. No. Okay.
I'm glad I'm lonely over
I'm
here
sorry.
on this side of the
sorry.
table.
It's
Now
all
he's
your
gonna
fault.
spend the rest of the time talking to you.
Yeah.
See, I see
yeah.
the system. It's great.
See the system ignoring
Yeah.
you now. Well, Dennis's system, he tried in the beginning. He was trying to get the 3 girls. He failed miserably. Big surprise. Dee introduces him to this site, and I loved this plot line, Raters, where you rate guys. There's this app called Lulu's that I may have looked at when I was single back in the day. And, it's kind of like connected to Tinder and all the dating sites where you rate guys, and it's like a Yelp. And the reason I know about it, though, is because my guy friends would be like, hey, can you go on and rate me? And they would ask me about it or have me look, because you can only sign up through Facebook if you're a girl. So my guy friends would have me look for them. So I loved this plot line. I was like, this is a real thing.
Shady.
And most guys don't care. Most girls don't care, and they don't really look at it. But, of course, there's the guys that are out there like, I only have 1 star, just like Dennis, that are just going to freak out. And he loses it this episode. He goes crazy about the whole star thing.
He kept on going to a half star and then lose 0 stars. And...
In the end of the episode, he smashes his... whose phone was it? Max or Charlie's? He just smashes the phone because he's so angry that he got 0 as his rating.
Yeah, well, because he got a little taste of what he always does, where he rates the girls.
Yeah,
on
with
videos.
his sex tapes that they don't know about.
And
I would be so mad.
Oh
I would
my
be
God.
furious.
Have you guys ever kept sex tapes for reference like that? No, just curious. I've never either. I'm just trying to see if it's a regular thing. Just getting to know everybody. Episode 2.
Just trying to get to know the crew, getting to know the gang.
Yeah, exactly.
Understandable.
He really gets desperate to get more stars though, and he goes after the waitress again, who is obsessed with him, and he can't stand. And he tries to hey, will you rate me? But the waitress doesn't use the internet at all.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. She's crazy.
It was
She
so
doesn't
sad.
have the online. Is that what you were saying? It was so
She's like,
funny.
I don't have online. He's like, your phone.
Oh my
how
God.
do you not have a
She
computer?
pulls out a flip phone.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh,
got it
it's
like
Like
94.
a 90s drug dealer phone.
That's a burner phone.
How do you know about burner phones?
Who doesn't know about burner phones?
Anyone that
Touche.
watches Always Sunny
Touche.
knows about burner phones.
That's true. That's true. Charlie had one in the pool episode we just watched. And he always uses burner phones. Yeah.
He always has a burner phone.
Oh my gosh, I really wish that Charlie and the waitress could get together, but
I know.
just in real life, not on the show.
Maybe
Right. No, they are,
when they're
though.
done with 3
Yeah.
seasons, in the very end, it'll be like a happily ever after with the waitress.
It was when they went to the Jersey Shore, it was so magical when they hooked up that one time. Mm-hmm. And so they got a taste.
Yeah.
Now they just want to go back and get buy the cow.
Yeah.
In the beginning, Dee had that promise ring, remember? She had this promise ring that she wanted to give this guy that she was dating. And he doesn't even think that they're official. And she breaks up with him, and they're not even dating, and was going to offer this ring. And Dennis takes that ring and offers it to the waitress to try to get a rating, which is so low and pathetic.
Yeah, it was. And she was like, "Can I wait? Does this mean you're my girlfriend? We're girlfriend, boyfriend?" He's like, "Oh God, no. I'm not gonna do that low. This is a promise, and now you have to promise me something." Mm-hmm. So it was just completely selfish and narcissistic, which is classic Dennis.
Just
Typical.
as he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
As he's always supposed to be.
And everyone in the nice restaurant thinks he's proposing as he gets out the box. He's like, no,
He's like,
no, not even girlfriend, nothing.
Yeah.
And they use that restaurant a lot. That's their go-to
It's like
fancy
the
restaurant.
one set. They're just
Yeah.
like, let's keep using it.
They did the one episode where they were all sending each other wine back and forth and trying to because they didn't get invited to what was it? It was a couple of the guys hanging out their special day with Charlie and Dennis or Mac and so I don't know. It was great.
These like mandated mandates, and then Dee was the loner as usual, just like by herself at a different table, creeping.
Yeah, I saw one of my old friends from work as an extra in that scene, and so I'm gonna holler at her and
Tell her, say hi.
yeah, and see how
That's awesome.
what it was like.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
It'd be a fun show to work on.
Heck yeah, it would. Just getting drunk. I'm sure they're not really getting drunk, but just yelling at people and just going crazy.
Method acting, maybe.
Acting drunk like we are? No.
What?
I got put
It's
on
water.
blast. I got put on blast last episode too. This is twice. Now y'all think I'm some lush.
I mean, I wasn't specifying you, Joe, but you chose to take it that
You
way.
took it.
I'm not licking toads, okay? Like I'm just saying.
Well, speaking about Dennis's rating, we love being rated too. And we love 5 stars even more than Dennis. So you guys should go onto iTunes and check out our podcast. All you have to do is look up Afterbuzz TV. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We have a ton of other shows going on here. If you're a big TV buff, I'm sure we have something that you're interested in. You're on another show right now, right?
I'm also on the Forever panel on Tuesday nights.
Nice. I love that show.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it is. That's cool. And
So
then
you could check out that.
and then we saw a little something, monstrous from another show, American Horror Story in the halls, right?
Oh
before we
my
started filming.
gosh.
I don't want to spoil it just in case some they haven't seen it yet. And
Yeah.
have it be a big reveal, but it was creepy and it was from American Horror Story. So if you're a fan,
Let's
that
just
show.
spoil it. The evil clown
Oh.
was here at AfterBuzz TV, and we were walking out from watching our show, and I'm not gonna lie, it scared me.
It was scary.
I peed a little.
Twisty.
It was.
So scary.
Yeah.
It's a little bit creepy. With the mouthpiece and without it. Extra creepy.
Extra creepy.
Do you guys watch that show? I love that show.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I have a caramel apple at home, so when we get done here, I'm gonna go home, watch the show, eat my caramel apple.
Yeah.
Nice.
It will be delicious.
I actually made a little short that I put online that was a comedy inspired by American Horror Story called Roommate Horror Story.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah. So
Nice.
it's silly. You guys can find it.
I'm gonna find it after I
Yeah.
watch tonight's episode.
Yeah.
Heck
It's
yeah.
fun.
Heck yeah.
Well, yeah, if you guys watch American Horror Story, be sure to check out their podcast as well, and you can see exactly what we're talking about. That was freaking us out in the hallways. And I mentioned this last week, but we love to check the comments and the ratings, and, feel free to add us on Twitter and, join the conversation with us, even if you disagree with us. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, I got tweeted.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah?
and they just said you're a dick nip, and then that was it. It wasn't
Yes.
Yeah.
That's an honor. I mean, that's
like,
what we were asking for last week.
That's true, but it was an angry emoticon after that too. So I don't know. I feel like
Were they negging you?
haters gonna hate. Maybe they might have been negging me.
Yeah.
They might have been. I was like, how did you know that? And then I just remembered I described that whole thing to
Yeah,
they were-
listen, I'm a good student.
She is. She's a student of the game.
Yeah.
He
That's
probably called you a dick nip because you said dick nip so many times last time.
That's a great thing to say, though. That's my new favorite, curse. I'm like, you're a dick. Quit being a dick nip.
Oh my god.
I know. I think I'm gonna hashtag that on everything for this show from now
Hashtag
on.
dick nip. Our official hashtag of the It's Always Sunny in
Yeah.
Philadelphia after show.
Hashtag us,
dick nip.
Dick Nip, and maybe you'll get a promise ring from Joe.
Maybe. Who's gonna be the lucky lady?
Promise cock
Promise ring or a cock ring, like Frank said.
Oh, I wish I could just all of a sudden drop. Ding. Yeah.
So funny.
Speaking of Dee's promise ring, she was quite a slut this episode. Okay, they had a montage of guys going in and out of her apartment, and I was trying to count, but it was going so quickly. 12 to 15?
Huge whore. Huge whore. This
Oh,
is-
well, I was not mad at Sweet D. Get her some because
She needed it.
yeah,
She just
does.
wanted to give everyone a 1-star rating, too,
Yeah.
which I thought was hilarious.
Oh, good, but it started with a guy who was a doctor.
It
And,
got
there's an actual
lower
good guy who
and
actually
lower.
liked her.
Yeah.
And he was a spinal surgeon, which I love because there's so many episodes about how Dee was Miss Back Brace. And what did they call her? She was she had some metal name about her back being broken all the time.
I can't remember, so we'll come back.
It was like Metal Monster or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
gotta
But
find it.
there's
Google
a
it.
bunch
The
of
Aluminum
episodes.
Monster.
The Aluminum
That's what it
Monster.
is.
Thank you.
Nice.
That's the booth
Nice.
looking out for us. That's good work. The Aluminum Monster.
Exactly.
Aluminum Monster.
So I felt like that was kind of a shout out to the Aluminum Monster having the back brace. By the way, I did a little research. Last week's episode, they had the whole plane concept, and Charlie is afraid of flying. Because I remembered there was some episode where he was afraid of flying, so I feel like they're like touching on things that they've mentioned in the past without directly connecting them. But the super fans like us will notice.
Yeah. Well, like they even like threw back to Mac and the transvestite.
Yeah.
He bangs transvestites.
The tranny.
Yeah, and then the eating
gosh.
trash, of course. I mean, I guess Charlie always eats trash, though.
That's true. And then punches rats in the face. Talk about them fighting rats. That was great too.
Dee got sleazier and sleazier with these guys, though. She started with a spinal surgeon who she was making fun of from the start. She was like, oh, you don't drink? I'm going to get you 2 more. Kind of, you know, just like, what do you do again?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to go to the hospital? But yeah, just treated him like crap, one night stand. And then
they degraded
later,
to like
at the bar, what, Toad Man?
Toad Man?
Toad Man at the bar did these frumpy guys being like, hey, are you the whore that sleeps with everyone?
Yeah, I want to get D.
I'll get a rating.
Yeah.
Rate me. They don't care what their rating is. They just want to like sleep with her, but she thinks she's being empowered and an empowering woman.
And she got so pissed. She's like, no, you don't want a rating. I'm empowered. I'm just trying to. She started freaking out.
I'm trying to prove you guys wrong.
Yeah, and then that's when Dennis wraps it up with this whole like inspiring speech of like, you know, aren't empowered.
And then he finds out that he has the 0 rating and then loses it.
He tried to play it cool, like he didn't care, but that lasted 2 seconds, so didn't work at all.
No, not at all.
Well, let's get into some news and gossip really quick.
Yes, news and gossip.
Afterbuzz TV News.
So I was watching Jimmy Kimmel and Danny Devito came on this week to plug It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, of course, for this season. And he's so great. I would love to have him in the studio here. He just seems like such a funny, fun guy. And he was joking around about how he used to work in the church and like his old shows and how he loves being on Always Sunny, where he could just do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to care, which is exactly why I love him in this show.
Yeah. I was just watching a Batman movie when he was Penguin.
I love that.
Too. Best
Gotta
acting.
love the Penguins.
A random Batman movie where he was Penguin. No, it's like Batman Returns.
Yeah, Batman Returns. Yeah. And it was, I think, some of the best acting that Danny DeVito's ever done in his entire life.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then I saw Horrible Bosses too at the $1.50 theater.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool.
I saw Charlie.
Saw Charlie being exactly Charlie. I mean, I feel like he did his exact same character, which I love. I'm not complaining. But it was the exact same character, except for in Horrible Bosses 2, I think that he was literate. You know, so like
Charlie that can read.
Yeah, Charlie that can read. And
which I feel like that's how he probably is in real life.
I hope so.
Not sure, though.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump into some really quick predictions.
Ooh, yeah.
And now, your Afterbuzz TV predictions.
You guys want to take it off?
Take it. What? Oh.
No, take it off, strip.
I was like,
I used the wrong words, I guess.
Put me on the spot.
Well, you take it from here, Joe.
All right. Well, I'm going to predict. Last week I predicted that Charlie was going to get half naked and, you know, end up like, you know, in front of public somewhere. I don't think that happened this week. But I'm going to go with Frank does too many drugs and embarrasses himself in front of a big group of people for next week.
All right.
I mean, that's pretty. He's already done that a bunch, but I mean, I feel like that's going to be.
You could always have more of that.
He's going to ruin a plan because he's too messed up on drugs. That's my prediction.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we saw in their little preview they're dancing outside of a train.
Yeah.
So my prediction is that this season they're going to go through all modes of public transportation.
Nice. That's a good prediction.
Yeah.
Planes.
So we got planes, trains,
automobiles.
We're gonna see what
good
else
movie.
we got. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I wonder if Dee's car is going to get messed up again.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict that the D system becomes more finite. You know, they figure out what the D system is since she started to elaborate. I know. She was trying to just go with all these I adjectives, which is not how she spells her name. So maybe she'll work on it. We get to see a little bit more of that.
Oh, and can I make one more prediction?
Go for it.
Just on a side note, I predict that the Seattle Seahawks are going to beat the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm just throwing that
Watch
out there.
out, Maria Menounos, our boss.
She's a big Patriots fan.
She's a big Patriots fan. You're messing with the boss so soon, Joe. Rebel.
Hey, you know what? LOB.
Shout out to the team. Well, thank you for watching our after show. Where can they find you online?
Oh, JoJo Doyle. Same Twitter time, same Twitter channel.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Marilou Mandl, which is MARIELOUMANDL.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Danica Kennedy. See you guys next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Afterbuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the Afterbuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterbuzZTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of Afterbuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.